Student, in this video we will study about animal tissue. I know you all are well aware of the word tissue. What do you mean by tissue? Tissues are a group of cells which are similar in structure but they work together to perform a specific function. Today we will study about animal tissues. Animal tissues can be divided mainly into four groups. First is epithelial tissue, second is connective tissue, third is muscular tissue, and fourth is nervous tissue. Epithelial tissues are of five types: squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium, and glandular epithelium. Now let us come to connective tissues. Connective tissues are blood, bone, cartilage, tendon, ligament, areolar tissue, and adipose tissue. Now let us discuss about muscular tissues. Muscular tissues are of three types: striated, that is voluntary; unstriated, that is involuntary; and third one is cardiac muscles. Now let us discuss about nervous tissue. Nervous tissue is also known as neuron. In this video, we will focus on epithelial tissue and we will discuss its structure, function and type. Epithelial tissues, the covering or protective tissues in the animal body, are epithelial tissues. It covers most organs and cavities within the body. It is the simplest protective tissue of the animal body. Epithelial tissue cells are tightly packed and form a continuous sheet. They have only a small amount of cementing material between the cells and there is almost no intercellular space between them. Regardless of the type, all epithelial cells are usually separated from the underlying tissue by an extracellular fibrous basement membrane. So students, what are epithelial tissues? They are the covering or the lining of organs. What do you mean by covering? You all cover your books with brown paper sheet, isn't it? So this is the covering. Secondly, when your mother stitches some thin cloth, what does she do? She put a lining inside it so that the cloth may look beautiful. That the internal covering, that is also known as lining. So what are epithelial tissue? You can relate this to that. The covering and lining both are known as epithelial tissues. Okay, and the most important characteristic is they are very tightly packed, so there is no intercellular space between them. Now let us study about functions of epithelial tissue. First, it provides protection and support to the animal body. Second, it forms a barrier to keep different body systems separate. Third, it plays an important role in regulating the exchange of materials between the body and external environment and also between different parts of the body. So what is the function? What is the work of epithelial tissue? It protects our body as well as it plays an important role in regulating the exchange of materials between the body and the environment. Now let us study about types of epithelial tissue. First is squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelial tissue constitutes the skin which protects the body. It can be of two types: simple squamous epithelium and striated squamous epithelium. So first one is simple squamous epithelium. It is called simple because it is single layered. It is single layered and closely fitted like tiles over floor. The cells are very thin and flat. It forms delicate lining of blood vessels as well as delicate lining of the lung also. It forms the lining of esophagus and lining of. Now let's come to stratified squamous epithelium. Cells are arranged in many layers. Stratified means they are arranged in many layers so that their wear and tear can be easily prevented. It is found in the outer side of the skin as it is highly resistant to mechanical injury and it is waterproof. Second type of epithelium is cuboidal epithelium. It is made up of cube-shaped cells which have round nuclei. It is found in lining of kidney tubules, ducts of salivary glands, and forms germinal epithelium of gonads. So students, while studying about different types of epithelium, you should remember the shape as well as their function, where it is situated, where it is found. So as far as cuboidal epithelium is concerned, it is found in the lining of kidney tubules, ducts of salivary glands, and in the germinal epithelium of gonads. Gonads means reproductive tissues, reproductive organs. Okay. Now comes columnar epithelium. It is made up of tall pillar-like cells with elongated nuclei. It is found in inner lining of intestine where absorption and secretion occur. The next type is ciliated columnar epithelium, meaning thereby its cells are once again tall pillar-like, but it contains an extra appendage known as cilia. It possesses hair-like projection known as cilia. This helps in moving or pushing of substances in forward direction. It is found in respiratory tract and in the lining of oviducts, sperm ducts, etc. Next is glandular epithelium, those epithelial tissues which can secrete substances and sometimes folds inwards to form multicellular glands, meaning thereby this glandular epithelium secretes some chemicals known as hormones. Okay, so these are the different types of epithelium. I hope students you understood the function as well as structure of different types of epithelial tissue. So at the end, I request you, if this video helped you in understanding this topic nicely, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.